So in today's video, we're going to take a look at the new LG Stylo 6. Retail price is $219.99, but it's currently on sale for $180 on the Boost mobile site, probably others by the time this video is released. Now this has a larger 6.8-inch display compared to the Stylo 5. It also has a 4,000 milliamp hour battery with fast charging, triple camera system on the back, 3 gigs of memory with 64 gigabytes of storage. You can also use a micro SD card up to 2 terabytes. And this one comes with Android 10 right out of the box. It's got a 6.8-inch Full HD 1080p display. So let's go ahead and open it up and see what we've got. This comes with a USB-C charging cable and fast charging brick, SIM card ejection tool, and safety and warranty information. Wow, this is what you call a big boy phone. This blue metallic finish on the back actually looks really good. You can see it's actually quite a bit taller than last year's model. Now keep in mind, this is mostly plastic construction, but I gotta say it definitely looks more premium than last year's model. You can see the 3 cameras there on the back, along with the flash and fingerprint scanner. Power button is there on the right hand side. Volume buttons are on the left hand side, along with a dedicated button in the middle, plus your SIM and micro SD card tray there towards the bottom. There along the bottom is your USB-C charging port, bottom firing speaker, built-in stylus, and yes, this one does have a headphone jack. One thing you will notice with the new stylus, to get this one out, you just push it in, and then it pops out. And then it looks pretty much the same as the Stylo 5, just a little bit longer. So apparently they want you to set up how the second screen is going to look. Last time I checked, this only has one screen, but okay. When setting up this phone for security, you're going to get the fingerprint scanner and then pattern pin or password. And then it's got a dedicated button there on the side, which you can use for your Google Assistant. Okay, so it looks like when you swipe to the left of the home screen, you're going to get your Google News feed. You can see this is on Android 10 and then April 1st, 2020 security patch. Now by default, it does use gestures, but if you don't like that, you can switch it to buttons. There's also a button combination where you can add a screenshot or notification. So far I've used about 30% of the 64 gigabyte storage. Now because this screen is so tall, they do include a one-handed screen mode. Really the only gesture you've got on here besides the navigation is just to flip the phone to silence an incoming call. But overall I like what LG is doing with the software. It looks very close to stock Android. Now you'll notice right out of the box you're not going to have an app drawer. But if you go into the settings, you can change that from home to home and app drawer. So then once you go to the home screen, you can just hit down here in the corner to access all the apps, which I think is a little more convenient than having them all on the home screen. You can also swipe up on the home screen to access the apps. Now you can see here, they don't put a lot of bloatware on here, obviously because it's the Boost mobile version. You're gonna have My Boost, voicemail. If you swipe down, it's sort of a search between all of your apps. You can also turn that off in the settings. Now in the notification shade, you've got a shortcut for screen capture, some of your other typical shortcuts. You've also got this DTS 3D surround. You can also customize that a little bit to your liking. Now when you take out the stylus, you've got a few different shortcuts here, such as new memo, GIF capture, draw tap, swift text, and screen memo. Nice thing is it's got a speaker at the bottom, plus up by the earpiece. So we can find out which is the better USB microphone. This is a mic test for the Toner TC777 USB microphone. Now currently this microphone is the same distance away as the Snowball, which is about 1 foot away from me. So the first thing that I noticed... Okay, so yeah, these speakers sound really good in person for a budget device. Now you can watch YouTube videos at 1080p resolution. Unfortunately on Netflix, you've only got standard definition. Fingerprint scanner works on this pretty good as well. I gotta say, for a $200 phone, the camera on this actually looks pretty decent, and the shutter speed doesn't look too bad either. The color looks way off on this one, but as far as detail goes, yeah, this looks really good. So it looks like they do give you a portrait mode, your normal photo mode, video, AI cam mode, then you've also got panorama, flash, jump cut, and YouTube Live. So it seems like a pretty simple camera app. You can turn on the cheese shutter, which takes a photo just by saying cheese. It's got auto HDR. You've got quite a few different resolutions or photo sizes to choose from. You've also got full vision, where it fills up the whole screen. Keep in mind the resolution will be slightly less than going 4:3 aspect ratio. You've also got a lot of different filters to choose from. You've also got a timer for the shutter. So here's a few samples of photos and video, just to give you an idea of what you can expect from the LG Stylo 6. As long as you have decent lighting, I think the photos look pretty good, especially considering the price of this phone. Video on the front and rear facing cameras do go up to 1080p resolution. Graphics on PUBG Mobile is the lowest, with medium frame rates. Gaming on this phone is pretty decent considering the settings. Gameplay is nice and smooth for the most part on PUBG Mobile without too much choppiness. I did notice a little bit of choppiness or lag here and there on Asphalt 9, but nothing that would make it unplayable or make me want to stop playing the game. I also tested Call of Duty Mobile, and it plays pretty smooth on here as well. Here's some more game footage just to give you an idea of what it looks like. So my overall first impressions of the LG Stylo 6 is actually pretty good. The new screen size is nice and large. I also like that they made the stylus a little larger as well, and easier to pop in and out. You can tell they tried to improve over the Stylo 5 as much as they could without raising the price too much, and I think they actually did a really good job. Fast charging on this phone took just over an hour and a half, so that's really good to see. I also did a battery drain test with the screen brightness at 100%, and it lasted over 8 hours. So now that the LG Stylo 6 is officially released, my next question is, would I choose this over the new Moto G Stylus? I'll definitely have to do a comparison video to find out. So if you've made it this far into the video, you may want to say thanks by subscribing, and don't forget to give a thumbs up if this video was helpful. This is Brian from Fishbee Productions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.